In this video, we're going to go over some of the very basic Bitcoin concepts that stump just about anyone who's getting into it. So for you, this will make it very easy to get into Bitcoin. So, is it a real currency? What's the deal? So Bitcoin is traded as a real currency. You can use it to buy and sell things. You can also use it as an investment because it's growing. What's unique about it is that other currencies are typically issued by governments. And when you make a profit or you buy and sell, there are imposed taxes. Okay? Imagine when you go, if you make money from a job, the government taxes you immediately, you lose 30 or 40%. Then you go and take your remaining money, and then you go and buy something in a store, and guess what? That purchase is taxed at another 10%. So people are taxed at 40, 50, 60% rates if you add up all the taxes that they have, okay? Bitcoin has zero taxes. There is no government imposition, okay? It's outside of government. It's an online currency that is widely adopted, okay? Now, how do you know its true value? You kind of don't, because the market determines the value. Other currencies that are backed by governments have a few safe falls, right? Like safety nets. Maybe they promise to back it up by gold, although that's more and more of a myth, right? There's just not enough gold. Real currencies are also all essentially digital. There's not enough cash printed. If we all went to the bank today and said we want to withdraw our cash, the bank would not be able to print that much cash. So it's still operate. Even the government's currencies are actually also a little bit, they're digital. They're based on trust that we don't all withdraw at the same time. And Bitcoin's value is based on its essential adoption. Now, there's no backing of Bitcoin by gold standards or anything like that. So the only way to determine value is how much it's actually trading as a currency in the real world, how much commerce is being done with it, how much trade is being done with it. So as long as adoption of not just as an investment but as trade is growing, the value is going to go up. Okay, now who uses Bitcoin? It's a little controversial because people who want to avoid governments use Bitcoin. These are criminals sometimes. Yes, it's one of the things that it's a joke in the Bitcoin world. Yes, criminals use Bitcoin, and sometimes governments sometimes you can catch the criminals by using Bitcoin. But then it's a long story because Bitcoin is anonymous. So it's not that easy. But anyway, also countries which have no mobile banking. Like if you live in the United States, mobile banking and online banking and the PayPal and all that stuff, it's second nature to you most likely. You use your debit card seamlessly in your life, your bank card. But if you live in countries that don't have mobile banking, and that's a lot of countries, and even many more countries have pseudo online banking. If you live in countries like that, then Bitcoin is a fantastic solution. Also in countries that have amazing inflation, like in what's happening in Venezuela right now, like there the Bitcoin is the safe haven in a sense for currency. So people are flocking to Bitcoin. And also in the United States and the Western world, people are seeing the value of Bitcoin. And you can do a lot with Bitcoin. You can have a lot of savings. You can make money with Bitcoin. You can do a lot in Bitcoin. So it's all over the world, all kinds of people, and you get a lot of benefits by using it. And it's anonymous. There's no banks and there's no middleman. Okay, so you're cutting out the bank. The bank, in some people's views, is the biggest criminal of them all, right? They lend you money and they just make money from your money without actually providing that much value. I'm not going to get into that. Banks can be controversial. They're widely accepted in our society, but I think not enough people ask, are they that necessary? What purpose do they really serve us, right? Do they take advantage of us more than they give us help? And that's a debatable gray area topic that I'm not going to get into. Now, how do you actually use the Bitcoins? you use them through a Bitcoin wallet, which is sort of the equivalent of your bank account online. Like now you would maybe go to your, whatever your bank is, your bank.com, and you would use maybe your debit card or something. And so your Bitcoin wallet is the way that you store, is where you store your Bitcoins. You can store it online or offline. I'm gonna later show you how to store it online through a service provider called Coinbase, where you can essentially use as your Bitcoin wallet. For now, I'm going to just end it here because I'm going to have a whole lecture devoted to the Bitcoin wallets and how to set it up. So those are the basics of Bitcoin. Should you trust it? The only answer to that is it continues to work because everybody agrees that it works. Just like a dollar continues to work, just because everybody agrees that a dollar is the standard. And so that's what we have. There's no 100% reassurances, but as long as the system keeps going, it just keeps going.